We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find. During my time with Lord Phases, I found myself in a strange state of being.
Your Majesty. How glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King. Let us aid him however we may. By your leave.
Come on, have a look.
Time to hit the sack. Leaving my cups of fizz.
So tired.
We shall await you here, Master.
I'm ready for the trouble.
All seems well here, but you can ne'er be sure.
We must consider the needs of the common folk.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I cannot bring myself to leave my own mother behind. If I cannot convince her, I mean to remain here and share in her fate. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate. And we will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Such quietude is a blessing.
This armor's seen better days. This
I've been
place
on
is
my
awful
feet
dull.
all day.
All honest coin is made while the sun is high.
Too quiet here for my liking.
Back to it, I suppose.
Mayhap circumstance or contrive to entertain.
A fine place to sit and gather one.
Not much going on. Tad rowdy, but I shan't complain.
Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. I paid good gold for them. And if you think I'll surrender a single one, you'd best think again. I require the use of all of them to transport my wealth to safety. Spy! What are you doing? Put that away! No! Spare me! I pray you! I fear for my life.
Well, reckon he won't be coming back here in a hurry. As a matter of fact, I'd like to thank you for that. It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. And if that craven comes crawling back, I'll tell him bandits took them.
They say a crisis reveals one's true character, but that man was no less miserably selfish than he always seemed. I quite agree.
I'm partial to a little quiet from time to time.
'Tis our duty.
We shall remain here.
Up is as welcome as
Such
fine
peace.
ale.
Those
I've been
recruits
on
don't
my
know pommel
feet
from
all
point.
day. My legs are as bad. They wish they were in my boots. If they only knew.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? Thank you. However, I cannot bring myself to leave my own mother behind. If I cannot convince her, I mean to remain here and share in her fate.
Preparations, King. I up my training regime.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health. Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will, I have no intention of begging for mercy. What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards! Help me!
You have brought Mother to me. I see. My thanks, friend.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
My sword arm could use some. I'd sooner stay out of battle. I only pray my watch finishes without incident. Not for it, to cut my teeth in it.
Mayhap I'll come here when I've a date in
My
my
sword arm could use some work. Such quietude.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
But not at it now.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
Would that such peace reigned at home.
I'm partial to a little quiet from time to time.
Silence.
Those new recruits can barely lift their swords.
Perfect spot for a kill.
There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use.
Are you in the market for something in particular?
Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Are you in the market for something in particular?
Many thanks. I appreciate.
Forget one's troubles.
What should I get?
handle this. I'm surrounded by whingers on all sides.
Clean and tidy. What else needs doing?
We must rest, though the sun is still up. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day. Come, we've much to be getting over. With. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be our fate. We must not let down our guard. must formulate a strategy, else there's no hope. Thank you, Arisen. Methinks those red clouds have made our foes more ferocious. We may require sturdier equipment. Aught is amiss with the flow of time. It would seem this is no longer the world we know. Is there no way to return things to how they were before? I will protect you. Superb, Arisen. A fine place to harvest some ingredients. Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? As a matter of fact, forgive my asking, but you seem to bear quite a few scars. Has your road been a difficult one? Each one is a memory formed at my master's side, and I'm proud to wear them all. execution. Let us try for the same result with our next attack. Come to think of it, our ranks have gone unchanged for a while now. As a result, we move as one.
Some of us get complacent. I train every day. I've no need to preen. Let my fur lie how it may.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it.
I cannot take another moment of this.
Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. The people despair at the state of the world, and that despair easily gives way to anger. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal. You have my support.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
you had enough yet?
The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have been constructed rather recently. Indeed. And the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come. It is all very secretive. I wonder what the citizenry make of it.
My services don't come cheap, mind. You're welcome.
Interested in my wares?
Me? I sell defensive equipment. Now, this hardly bears saying, but don't you dare try to take anything with... without paying for it first.
Always a pleasure.
Me? Now, this hardly bears saying, but don't you... dare try... to take anything without paying for it first.
Always a pleasure. Go on, have a look. Oi! I saw it first. Phew. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. Is this some kind of joke? You're siding with that flea-ridden hide? You can bloody have it then, Nomos. I hope you choke on it.
I owe you thanks, stranger. I never thought you'd take my side. This ought to be a lesson to me, I suppose. I'd taken all humans for scoundrels, but you seem a decent sort. Come to think of it. Mayhap I owe Glint an apology as well.
Your response has proven their prejudice is faulty. I dare say those gentlemen will bury the hatchet anon. Well said.
This ain't my problem.
Interested in my wares?
Really now? The hours seem to fly when I'm working on my craft.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel.
Always another errand to see to. Sometimes I wonder what I could never...
This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Nara, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
get caught in the fray. We must make haste. The red clouds draw ever near. We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds.
Dare violate the sanctity of our jewel?
Steel yourself!
Can't put a price on peace and
Mercy!
That's odd.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The lost.
Nay. 'Twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this. One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
This is it then.
I must use my
This is where it ends. Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
We'll pull through yet!
Bleeding rogue! Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Things appear to have quietened down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella?
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now. Understood. Shall we get some rest then? To this world I return, ready to put all I've learned to use. Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested, I trust?
Go on, have a look.
Too many people.
It tastes twice as fine here.
Back to it, suppose.
last night's scuffle.
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next pay.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Boots laced, straps. I'm ready.
No less important than depth. Here I might...
I'll reset.
'Tis hard to find my footing in this darkness.
I must clear my mind of irksome thoughts. The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
I know not what to call it, but a miracle. Empress Nadinia has returned to us from beyond the veil of death. Her Majesty has begun her supplications. She prays for the world to be delivered from its doom. I must ask you to wait till she has finished, ere you seek an audience with her.
One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Bagbatal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace. That was certainly worthwhile.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner. Days like this